I'm in a random street in 12 South in Nashville, and I gotta show you guys this because this is not happening anywhere else in the world, right? There's businesses that are just a whole house that sell donuts, right? There are businesses that are like a cereal spoon. They sell tons of different cereal, right? Here's like some whole 2-story ski lodge. This is not happening anywhere else in the world. Like, this type of economic freedom and the way that people are actually expressing themselves as a business, and how this is a parking lot and it's just got tons of stalls set up, and it's a Sunday the 5th of July. Like, the country's economy is flying. Like, this is nuts. I've never seen anything like this. Only seen...
Well, those are the SMEs, small market enterprises. And yes, American people are hard-working people. Regardless of inflation, regardless of global economy and how it's affecting the whole world, Americans, they still wake up every day and go to work and work very hard.
Okay, hello guys. So I'm a British student living in America, and here are 3 things that shocks me the most. Okay, so the first one is how much people rely on credit. Like, credit is literally everything in the States. Like, I'm talking about basically, even to like get a car is your credit. You check your credit score. If you want to get an apartment, get a lease, you check your credit and you check your credit score. Everything is based on credit. Not only is everything based on credit, everyone also pays for everything with credit. That's why sometimes people be like, how do Americans have so much spending money? A lot of times it's not on their money. They just spend everything on credit. So like, it did take me a while to get there, and it did take me a while to adapt, because like I never really used credit, and my parents didn't know nothing about, my parents didn't teach me anything about credit, so I didn't make a lot of mistakes while I was there, but like I did like conform, quite well. I did manage to get the Amex Platinum and the Amex Gold card. I had a good credit score. But yeah, everything's credit in America. For some people they hate it, but for me I actually love it, because like the credit cards in America are really, really good. I will make a separate video about the credit system in America. Credit system in America is amazing. Like, I literally love it. And yeah, so that's one of my biggest culture shock. Credit is literally king in America. Okay, my second point, the tax system. Jeez, tax system in America is like, bro, you literally don't understand. From city to city, state to state, county to county have different taxes. Like, literally, I live in Missouri, St. Louis, Clayton. From my suburb, the tax I pay is different from someone that lives probably 10 miles away from me. Obviously, the tax difference is not huge, because that difference is just a county tax, but like, it's just so weird. So for example, like when you go to a shop, you'll never know the final price until you actually pay. That part, like, I'm used to it by now. I always like thinking about, okay, let me add 10% extra, always on the final price. But like, you can go to another shop and like 10 miles after, or like different city in the same state, and it'd be a whole different tax code. The tax differences are not big between like states or cities, but it's just weird to comprehend. Like, literally, like every little part of America has their own little tax code. And also filing your taxes every April. Oh my god, guys, you would think like America is so ahead. Don't get me wrong, America in my opinion is the country that's most ahead in the world. Like, there's so much like technology in America that's crazy, but for some parts it just like, I don't know how to explain. Like, bro, I had to do my tax systems. First of all, you do it everything by yourself. There's no automatic. You have to pay taxes. So a lot of times you can choose to do it automatic, but a lot of times people do their own taxes. So I had to do all my taxes, even though if I never worked, I still had to do my own taxes. And the paperwork would have been like this thick. Literally every paper going, signing. It's just crazy. So like, that's my second biggest culture shock, just the tax system, filing taxes. It's just like, I don't understand why you have to do all that, but yeah, that's my second biggest culture shock. And lastly, getting a driving license and just driving in general. Like, when I tell you everyone drives in America, like, it's literally, I've never talked to someone that doesn't drive or doesn't have a driving license. It's just impossible. Like, I remember when I first got in America, and not only does everyone drive, but everyone has a car. Like, for example, I'm from London, especially in London. It's pretty much common for people not to have a car. Like, a lot of people do have licenses, obviously. Some people have licenses, but within them, a lot of people have licenses in London but don't have any cars. Like, in America, everyone has a car and license. Like, you literally, I remember I was going out and I'd be like, damn, let me, like, we were going like go to a party, right? I was getting to call the Uber. Like, these guys came in like 2-3 different cars. I'm thinking like, what? How? Like, but the difference is like, the car is just a necessity. Like, you need a car. Cars are cheaper. The cars everywhere, and yeah, getting a driving license as well is just super easy as well. But yeah, it's my third biggest culture shock: driving culture. The fact everyone drives, everyone has a car. It's basically having a phone. The way that everyone has a phone in the UK is the same when everyone has a car in America. It just took me a while to get adjusted, but like after a while, I was got my driving license as well. And yeah, so you guys for a long video, but yeah, let me know if you have more questions. And yeah,
Having credit card solves a lot of problems. Yes, having credit card solves a lot of problems. I mean, you can just simply walk into any store and get yourself whatever car that you want, as long as you have a good credit card score. Good.
They say in America, every state is like a different country. It's actually crazier than that. Every city is like a different country. I drove an hour today from Palm Beach down to Miami, and when I got there, it felt like I'd flown halfway around the world. The vibe was different, the people were different. It literally felt like I was in a different country. And I mentioned before that I'd only seen fit people. I know where the big rigs are. They're down in Miami.
USA is large. USA is massive. One state looks different from the other state. One state has their own mini government, while the other state is the same thing. They have their own constitution. They have their own rules. What you used to do in one state, you cannot do in another state. That is the United States of America. It is large and it is massive compared to Europe. In Europe, driving for 6 hours means moving from one country to another. The same thing with third world countries. Driving for 6 hours means moving from one country to another. But in the US, it can simply mean driving in the same state. That is the United States of America.
Fucking Americans and vitamins.
Vitamins. Vitamins.
That just sounds wrong, doesn't it? Vitamins, innit? But in this country, they seem to have to take a vitamin for everything because they've never heard of a balanced diet. You know what I mean? You go to school and they say carbohydrates, fats, proteins, you know, all that, vitamins, minerals, all that stuff. Do you not do that in America? Do you just say, take this pill, 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 and this pill? So at the end of the day, you go home and you've had 18 different pills and you don't know what the fuck you forgot by that point.
And then you have a McDonald's.
And then you go out and you have 3 fucking fast food burgers for your tea. What's the crack?
The size of them too.
Not just 50 tablets, like I see how it goes for a little bit, a couple of weeks. 500. That's a year and a half if you take one a day.
Fully Americanizing Alex.
Like pushing a fucking World War II tank.
In countries that were colonized by the British, they call it vitamins. In America, they call it vitamins. Personally, I didn't know that Americans are obsessed with vitamins. But again, vitamins are important for human body. They are a requirement for human body.
Nothing could prepare me for the culture shocks that I've had as a Brit moving from the UK to the USA. The work culture is crazy. I work in healthcare, so I used to feel like I was missing out on a lot because of the crazy hours that I worked. In the US, everyone's working the same hours as me. I went to the pharmacy and asked what time they closed. They said 9 p.m. It's kind of nice because it means that even if you're working crazy hours, you can still run your errands because everyone's also working crazy hours. They have drive-thrus for literally everything. Drive-thrus for the bank, for the pharmacy, your groceries, you name it, you can do a drive-thru. They don't want to get out of their car. Groceries are insanely expensive. They really need to chill with that. I live alone and the vast majority of my paycheck be going to Trader Joe's. It's insanely expensive, especially if you're buying like whole produce. This might be dumb, but I didn't realize that the Midwest is its own thing. When I grew up, I knew about the East Coast and I knew about the West Coast, but I didn't really know about the Midwest. Obviously, I live in Chicago, which is the Midwest, and they have their own stereotypes. Like everyone knows that people from the Midwest are super nice, and that rings true. Also have all these sports rivalries in the Midwest that I still don't quite understand, but I never truly appreciated it as its own region. As you guys know, I love living here. Those are the things that come to mind that really shocked me.
In most European countries and countries that were colonized by the British, the only place you are going to find drive-thrus is the gas station only, and only that.
American things that will put Polish people into a coma.
Carpets are everywhere here. No matter if it's a store, if it's airport, Carpets. They look normal shoes on them carpets.
Carpets are normal for
How
me.
are you supposed to clean this? You go to the store, you wanna buy a normal water. No. This is the water bottle. This is the second water. Like, you were supposed to shower in this?
The biggest difference is that we cannot drink alcohol until we're 21 years old. Even though we're 21, if we have somebody below 18 with us, they still may say we can't buy the alcohol.
Polish people, they can drink from 18, and everybody knows they started drinking at 15 or 16.
See, now this is a little too far.
Well, I didn't know that in America you cannot buy alcohol until you are 21. In most countries, the legal age is only 18 years old. In most countries, especially the third world countries, the only place you'll find carpet probably maybe is somewhere in the airport, or maybe the airport, I believe so, or maybe somewhere in the conference hall. That is it.
So we were driving through Michigan and we've had to pull over because we've noticed something. This is outrageous. Have a look at this. To Ringyapasai and we've noticed a monument. Look at this.
All I'm going to say is, no wonder Michigan is so confident.
Michigan really said, go big or go home. Look at the size of that.
Imagine trying to give directions and be like, yeah, left at the water tower.
Whoever designed that knew exactly what they were doing.
Well, in America, there are monuments, and monuments have meanings. But either way, that is an interesting observation coming from their own side, ladies and gentlemen. Yep.
Hi, I'm a British girl who's been living in Florida for nearly 2 years, and these are my culture shocks I have found since living in America, part 3. I'm British, by the way. Number 1 is people packing your bags. Oh, this gives me so much stress you don't understand. I'm sat there like, you know, that emoji where they just stand. I'm literally standing there because I don't know what to do with myself. I find it so awkward. I literally can't cope. And normally when there's no one there, I just start packing. And then what normally happens is the manager comes like running over like, miss, we can do it for you. I'm like, oh no, it's fine. But I know that's their job, but I just feel so like, oh my gosh, it really, it gets my gears. Oh, I'm nervous thinking about it. Next is size of America. This sounds stupid, but I was so bloody naive. The size of America is huge. Like before I came, I was like, it's fine, I can drive to Miami, like 4 hours, yeah? If I want to drive to Tampa, 2 hours. If I want to go to Georgia, 4 hours. But then if I want to go to Tallahassee, like you're looking at like 5 hours. What on earth? What on earth? Number 3 is free refills. They literally come over and just shove it in. They shove it in. You got water, they're topping your water? Okay. Oh, I'm Americanized. They're topping your water up. If you want Diet Coke, it's already in there. You don't have to stress. It's crazy. And then greet every time you walk in a shop. This one I low-key love because that was me when I used to work in Sainsbury's. Hi. You know what I mean? I just love it. It just adds such, I just think it's such a fun, when you walk in a shop and you get, hi, how are you? It's just...
Well, if you have noticed, everyone is talking about bigger portions, free refills, tipping, the size of America. I mean, those are common things as we speak right now. America is large. Everyone knows that. Everyone can see that, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, what most people found surprising is how friendly American people are.
I'm a Brit staying in the US. I have been here for a month now. I have 2 weeks left. I thought I would do some culture shocks that I did not realize would be a culture shock to me because I thought I knew enough about America. One thing is tipping culture in coffee shops. I understand servers, understand that they don't get paid minimum wage, so they need the tips to live on. I will not be tipping you at a coffee shop. Sorry that
Well, I get it. It's your own personal choice. But why do you feel the need to tell us if you're not going to tip anyone?
might be an unpopular opinion, but I just do not think that it's worth a 20% tip. Another thing which I was aware of, but I didn't realize would take some getting used to, is sales tax. Seeing the price of something and then going to the till and there being an increase and you just not knowing what that increase is, some getting used to. That is so strange. I really wish they just included sales tax so you knew what you were paying for an item in a store. Another thing, and these go hand in hand, is one, stop the four-way stop signs and the first person who gets there goes. I think that's just a car crash waiting to happen. Secondly, turning right on red lights, and some of them they have to put a sign saying no turn right on red. Like, why can you not just have an arrow that turns green when you can turn right? Like, I just don't understand. Lastly, your amazing huge bathroom gaps. What is that? I think it's so stupid.
Well, that is our own culture shock. I believe everyone had their own culture shock. Some of them are positive, others are negative culture shock, but either way, they are still culture shock. There is someone who wanted to compare between a bear and a lion, a wild bear and a wild lion, which is more dangerous. Well, a bear is also dangerous, but I have seen situations where a wild bear sometimes can be timid. Sometimes it can let people go. Sometimes people have chased the wild bear away with just a stick. But a lion will not walk away from any fight. A lion will not let anyone pass. You are on their menu. Once a lion spots you, when a lion spots you from a miles away, it's coming to get you. Once a lion is locked on you, it's coming to get you, and nothing will stop a lion from getting you. It will hunt you down, tear you apart, and kill you. A lion alone can tear a whole bear apart. A lion is more dangerous. I'm not saying that a bear is not dangerous. It is, but a lion, quite dangerous.